Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to another heavy tank replay. I normally try and mix it up a little bit more than I have done with my replays anyway, but this one is from about 2 days ago, and it actually, I'm doing it now because it makes a very nice counterpoint to the AMX 5100 video where RNGesus basically, he bilked me out of a Radley-Walters medal, damn him. But in this one he was rather more helpful, and that's just the nature of RNG. Sometimes it giveth and sometimes it taketh away. So I'm in the Caernarvon, Circle's actually in the KV4, and you might be thinking, how come I'm not in the KV4 as well? I don't really have any good answer. Normally I jump at the chance for a KV4 platoon, but I think I'd already picked the Caernarvon when Circon picked the KV4, and I just decided I was going to stick with the Caernarvon, because I do like to get the daily on this thing, you know, not every day, but at least a couple of times a week. I want that Conqueror eventually. It looks like a pretty nice tank. And, you know, the Caernarvon is actually okay to play as well. It's not the most fun tank, but it's pretty capable. It's never going to replace, for me, something like the KV4. It's just a completely different sort of tank. In fact, you might even call it a slow Centurion, and it kind of is a slow Centurion because it's Centurion gun and Centurion turret on top of the Conqueror hull. But it's quite nice. It's pretty capable. The armour is capable of occasional troll bounces. The turret's good. The view range is really good. It's got 400 meter view range, which I've got optics on as well. And in a tier 8 heavy, that's really very nice. 440 meters view range. So yeah, and I'm actually trying to use this to my advantage. I'm going to camp push like a, you know, like a scout. It obviously doesn't get the same camo bonus as a scout, but that 440 meter view range, yeah. Now you'll notice the enemy team, they have an Su-85 as the result of a failed platoon, but in a feat of symmetry that must be applauded, matchmaking has actually managed to put a failed platoon on our team that has an Su-85 as well. So there we go. Well done, matchmaking. I'm just looking for sneaky shots, basically, trying to see if anyone pops around where I can shoot them. I'm also trying to see, you know, I'm trying to stay arty safe-ish, because it's kind of hard to stay exactly arty safe on this. You know, where I have, let's assume arty is A3, A4, A5. They've actually got a line of sight to where I am now, so I have to be careful about, you know, if I get spotted, and obviously I've got 6 cents on this crew, then I need to pull in quickly. But at this point, I'm thinking about actually going and helping Circon, because that Centurion's managed to get round. There's an E75 in the middle there as well, and they might decide to push on him. There is a Tiger 2 right at the back there that was spotted. Might still be there, might not. That Type 59 looks like he's thinking about taking a run up the 0 line. I was hesitant to push out too far because the Jagdtiger 8.8 could have been there, and it's not, you know, it doesn't have arty cover, or it wouldn't have arty cover if it was, but it's still not a totally illogical place. Anyway, that Centurion is down. There's the 12T making a go of it, but Circon finishes him off. And that's a pretty cheap couple of kills so far. 2 kills, and one of them was an Su-85 and the other was a low health Centurion. Now that was a very low percentage shot, but I thought I might as well give it a go. I wasn't even really properly aimed at the commander's cupola on the E75, and that thing is pretty strong, so yeah. So I'm going to try and help Circon a bit more. He's holed up rather nicely. He's taken 1 or 2 hits, but so far he's in a relatively safe position. This was an odd match in terms of how it actually worked out. Oh, hello, stationary scout that isn't paying attention. I think I'll just take advantage of that. Now the guys in the city, yeah, they are basically getting flanked. There was no one really there to oppose them. It's basically me and Circon in the middle. We've got a little bit of help, but much further back. You see how far back our Tiger is. But on the other enemy team, you know, that Lerva is sat in the middle, not really doing that much good. He's stopping us from going forward, but he's not helping his team actively. The Tiger 2, which is even further back, that's even more so the case. The Jagdtiger 8.8 at least is in a reasonable defensive position, all things considered. Now their arty's down, but so is ours, because, you know, no one was really watching their backs, and hoo-hoo, that miss. Okay, that was probably the Jagdtiger 8.8. The E75 in the middle is a bit of a stumbling block, or a stumbling block even. If we could get that guy out the way, we could potentially control the middle there, and that would give us a pretty nice advantage. But I can't get shots from here, and guess what? I'm poked out just a bit too far, so let's pull back. Now, the problem with side-hugging a building like this is, yes, you might be safe from the side, but then extricating yourself safely is kind of tricky. And I quickly realised I'm actually not going to be able to do much good here, so carefully back up, trying to keep that building as cover between me and where I know other things are. But I get spotted by, I think, the E75, maybe the Lerva. That thing's got quite nice view range, but I spot him in return. He's not looking my way. Well, actually, no, now he is. But he misses, which is nice. So I've fallen back to a more hull down position, and actually the Caernarvon is pretty decent at that, but he's also in a hull down position. He's behind that fountain, quite well dug in, and I don't really want to just charge across the open field towards him, and you know, I think the Tiger 2 is probably still back there as well, so I'm just going for opportunistic shots when I can. Ah, there we go, yes, Tiger 2 is there, because I just bounced him. That was either the upper front plate or the turret, and they're both pretty bouncy. Now the E75 on our team is actually, you know, he's managed one kill, he has done a bit of damage, but he's not very good. And normally, you know, he potentially could have done way more in this match, but it's a nice thing for me that he didn't, and we'll see why. Sometimes it can be really annoying when a high-tier teammate, you know, a top-tier teammate, just totally fails to capitalise on the advantages that they've got. Because this guy, all along through the match, he's playing like he's in a completely unarmoured tier 3 light tank and totally scared to show himself, scared to take shots. But that means that more opportunities for me. However, if I'm able to actually do anything, I've got to get into town first. My initial thought is I will go and put pressure on the E75, and then Circon can put in some fire from the side. Like, you know, the E75 looks at me, Circon shoots the side of the turret, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, he pops out just as I'm making my move down. You know, I could have done it much more safely, but instead I just kind of went straight down, and he popped out just the wrong moment and saw me. Circon actually suggested, though, why don't you go round into town and actually help the guys there, because the Lerva and the Tiger 2 so far have been totally passive, so Circon knows that he's probably pretty safe there. There's not that much of a chance that they will try and rush him, and that E75 is basically holed up and kind of side-scraping, doing whatever. So I think, okay, I'll go help out the E50 and the E75. Now you see how the E75 has taken one hit. E50 is in a much worse state, and the E75 is okay. He looks like he's moving to intercept that other E75, or at least put some damage in, but he's just... Why would you be so timid in an E75 when you're top tier? However, I should stop complaining, because like I said, it works out for me. Now, either the E75 or the E50 put one in to the other E75, the enemy one. I can arrive just in time to finish him off with one shell. Now I think, okay, E75, great, I'll just get him to follow me, and we can basically clear up the rest there. The Tiger 8.8, E75 is, the other E75 on the enemy team is low health. The IS-3 is really low health, and the Lerva and the Tiger, they might be in town by this point, it's hard to tell. Circon, I'm not sure if he was trying to spot or if he was just trying to stay safe, and wow, I was driving so well in this one. You know, first I found the edge of the map, just in case someone might have misplaced it, and then I discovered that there was a rock there, and, you know, I bumped into Circon in between for good measure. Anyway, the Tiger 2 has come into town, Lerva may or may not have. The Tiger 8.8 I'm actually kind of worried about because it's... oh, there's the Lerva. Yes, he has. He's got a faster reload than I do. So there we go. He is AFK, it looks like. He's just not there now, so just sit there. Circon... oh, yeah, there's the E75. Circon was moving up to spot, maybe put pressure on the E75. He puts one in, and he's low health. And I do kind of a silly thing. Okay, I take out that guy, but I take a hit from him and the Tiger, who is able to reload, and I'm now a one-shot kill, so I get one shot at him, and yes! Praise be to our end Jesus! Praise be! Because I shoot him in the lower front plate, it hits his transmission module, which is counted as part of the engine, his saving throw fails, and I set him on fire, so yes, 7 kills. And at this point I think, okay, I want the Radley-Walters. I had it denied so cruelly only a few days ago, and I know that IS-3 is a one-shot kill. I know the E75 at this point is a pancake, and he's not going to move forward. The E50 might try and... but no, there we go. Kill secured, and uh-oh. Now Circon at this point is thinking, okay, actually, we could get brothers in arms on this as well, but I have to stay alive. And this is one angry Tiger 2. He's the last guy, and there we go. Shoots my upper front plate, which at this angle just bounces, and I just have to keep him engaged long enough. Now, Circon said, shoot him one more time, and then he would pop round and actually finish him off. So I have to back up, because if I just shoot his front... I was trying to kind of barrel block him, but it was unnecessary. So I put one in his MG port, Circon pops round, boom, Radley-Walters, brothers in arms. Very nice. So we'll take a look at the rest of the scores as well. It would have been my ace mastery if I hadn't already had the ace mastery in this thing. And yeah, we've covered the medals. I've also obviously got a top gun to get to the Radley-Walters. I got a Reaper medal as well because I finished off a couple of low health enemies. 3.7k damage, 8 kills, 1400 XP. Quite nice. Circon in second place with 2.9 and 3 kills, and that E75 actually did a pretty decent amount of damage. You know, I'll give him that, 3.3k damage, but if he hadn't been so timid at the end there, I could not have had all those kills. And yes, I had a bit of luck at the beginning with a couple of easy kills as well, but actually that E75's unwillingness to scratch his paintwork, actually, you know, it helped me an awful lot. So that was a pretty nice match, and I even got a little bit of spotting and assistance damage there, and some mission bonuses meant I got a whole bucket of credits to go along with that. So, yeah, that was nice. RNGesus, all praise be to RNGesus. If that Jagdtiger 8.8 hadn't set on fire, okay, I might have had a chance to get the Tiger 2, but the Brothers in Arms would have been out of the question, and it's like... the Tiger 2 could have still killed me from that point. It was just extremely lucky that the Tiger 2 didn't kill me. We had one at that point, but if I died, you know, the extra medal on top of everything else was rather nice, and I think both myself and Circon were pretty pleased with that outcome, because it looked like it was going... It was quite dicey for parts of that match, and if that E75 had been a better player, then it might not necessarily have worked out that way. But so just sometimes your own allies, even if they're top tier and you're thinking, yeah, do some more work, you know, use your tank to its full capability, and then they don't, but sometimes it actually works in your favour. But that still could have been, you know, that could have gone a very different way without a bit of luck, and obviously a bit of skill helps as well. So if you liked this video, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, you can go check out my Facebook page, and as always, stay tuned for more.